Get ready for shocking twists and non-stop drama. Hey everyone, welcome to Buzz Delight. My name is Adam. Let's dive into today's hottest story. Hope Logan is done playing nice, and this time, the fallout could destroy the entire Logan family. That's the feeling spreading through Los Angeles right now. Because behind the polished smiles at Forrester Creations, a war is quietly exploding, and Brooke Logan may be seconds away from losing complete control. The moment Hope walked into Brooke's house looking emotionally drained, fans could already feel it. This wasn't another minor disagreement with Steffi. This wasn't workplace tension that would disappear after one dramatic conversation. No, this felt final. Hope looked like a woman who had finally realized she doesn't belong there anymore. And honestly, can anyone blame her? For weeks, Steffi has been tightening the pressure around Hope at Forrester Creations. Every conversation has turned colder. Every meeting feels like a trap. Every decision somehow leaves Hope pushed further into the corner, while Steffi keeps insisting it's just business. But the problem is nobody's buying that anymore. Even Ridge looked uncomfortable when Hope asked the question everybody at home has been screaming at the television. Is Hope for the future dead or not? It was a fair question, a simple one. But the silence in that room said everything before Steffi even opened her mouth. Instead of giving Hope reassurance, Steffi immediately went defensive. She reminded Hope that couture comes first, basically implied her line is no longer important to the company. And you could see the exact second Hope's heart dropped, because it wasn't only about the fashion line anymore. It was about respect. Hope finally admitted what she's been feeling for a while now. She feels unwanted at Forrester. Ridge tried to smooth things over, but it was already too late. Steffi's attitude said far more than Ridge's words ever could. In fact, Steffi almost seemed amused by the idea that Hope thought she could leave and succeed somewhere else. That little laugh, that tiny smirk, fans noticed it immediately, and Hope noticed too. What makes this entire situation even messier is the hypocrisy happening inside the company. They claim Hope for the future can't move forward because they need to focus on couture. Fine, but then why is RJ suddenly getting a brand new men's line? Why are fresh projects magically possible for everyone except Hope? That's the question nobody at Forrester seems eager to answer, especially when Zen and Thomas already finished designs for Hope's upcoming collection. The work is done. The money has already been spent. The line is basically sitting there waiting to launch. So shelving it now doesn't even make business sense, which is exactly why this feels personal. And Hope knows it. By the time she stormed out of Forrester Creations, the writing was already on the wall. Steffi may think Hope will stay and tolerate the humiliation forever, but this version of Hope feels different. She's tired. Tired of defending herself. Tired of proving her worth. Tired of pretending Steffi's attacks aren't personal. That's where Liam enters the picture, and things suddenly become dangerous for Brooke. Because Liam sees exactly what's happening. He knows Hope is being pushed out, and unlike Brooke, he isn't emotionally tied to protecting Forrester Creations at all costs. If anything, Liam probably believes Hope deserves better than constantly fighting for approval in a company that no longer values her. And then there's Katie. The second Hope's name started floating around Logan, everything changed. Katie understands what it feels like to stand in the shadows at Forrester. She understands being underestimated. So when the idea of bringing Hope into Logan starts gaining momentum, Katie doesn't see a problem. She sees opportunity, a huge one. Hope isn't just another designer. She's recognizable. She's marketable. She brings attention instantly. Logan needs a fashion face, and Hope fits perfectly. But Brooke is going to explode. Not just get angry, not just frustrated. We're talking full-scale Brooke Logan meltdown. Because from Brooke's perspective, this would feel like betrayal coming from every direction at once. First, her daughter leaves Forrester. Then she joins Katie's company. Then suddenly the Logan name, the same company Brooke already resents, becomes Hope's new home. That would absolutely send Brooke over the edge. And honestly, the warning signs are already there. Brooke recently tried to play nice with Katie, but even that conversation had tension hiding underneath it. Brooke still clearly believes Logan can't survive without Eric's influence. She still carries that smug confidence that Katie's company won't last. But what happens if Hope joins? Suddenly, Logan becomes a legitimate threat, and Brooke knows it. That's why if Hope officially signs on, Katie will probably become Brooke's first target. Brooke will accuse her sister of stealing Hope away, just like she accused her of stealing the Logan name and Eric's designs. Logic won't matter. Brooke's emotions will completely take over. The irony, of course, is that Katie isn't even the one pushing Hope toward Logan. Liam is. He's practically waving a giant exit sign in front of Hope, while Steffi keeps making her life miserable at Forrester. Still, Brooke won't care about the details once panic kicks in. And Donna already seems terrified about how ugly this could get. The moment Katie mentioned that Logan could use someone like Hope, Donna immediately realized a disaster waiting to happen. She knows Brooke better than anyone. She knows Brooke doesn't separate family from business emotionally. Everything becomes personal, especially where Hope is concerned. But here's where things get even more explosive. Brooke may not stop at blaming Katie. She could turn directly against Steffi. In Brooke's eyes, Steffi intentionally created this situation. Brooke will likely accuse her of using company power to punish Hope over old personal issues. And honestly, Brooke may not be entirely wrong there, because Steffi's behavior lately hasn't exactly looked neutral. It feels targeted. The bigger issue is that Brooke also knows Hope for the future still has potential. Fashion changes fast. Shelving completed collections for too long becomes financially stupid. Designs go outdated. Trends shift. Money gets wasted. So if Brooke believes Steffi is throwing away business opportunities just to hurt Hope, she's not going to stay quiet. Not for 1 second. That's where Ridge gets trapped in the middle again. Because Brooke may start demanding answers from him immediately. Why is RJ allowed to launch a brand new line, while Hope's existing line gets ignored? Why is Steffi making decisions that seem emotionally motivated? Why isn't Ridge stopping this? And if Ridge refuses to step in, Brooke could take things even further. There's already growing tension about leadership inside Forrester Creations. Hope herself recently suggested Brooke should be co-CEO alongside Ridge instead of Steffi. At first, it sounded like frustration talking, but now it suddenly feels possible. Brooke may genuinely decide Steffi has too much power. And if Brooke starts fighting for control of Forrester, while Hope joins Logan, this entire storyline could spiral into an all-out family civil war. But maybe the wildest possibility involves Bill Spencer, because there's a very real chance Brooke could try to stop Hope's move personally by going directly to Bill and asking him not to bring Hope into Logan. Classic Brooke. The problem is, this isn't the same Bill anymore. Years ago, Brooke could manipulate Bill easily. There was always chemistry there, always emotional history. But now, Bill seems fully committed to Katie. And if Brooke tries using old tricks to interfere, it could backfire horribly. In fact, Bill would probably tell Katie immediately. And imagine how humiliating that would be for Brooke. At the end of the day, Hope seems closer than ever to walking away from Forrester Creations for good. Not because she wants revenge, not because she hates the company, but because she finally realizes staying somewhere you're constantly disrespected eventually destroys you. And if she leaves, Brooke Logan may completely lose control of everything she thought she could hold together.